wondering what's for dinner tonight? My name is Allison Hoffman, and I'm a county extension agent with Texas AgriLife Extension Service. And I think I have a great recipe that you're going to love. Mexican chicken soup. We're going to get started. We've got about 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil getting hot in our stock pot. We're going to add to that a cup of onion, about 1 to 1/2 red or red and yellow bell pepper, and then about 3 tablespoons of chopped garlic. We want to put this in our skillet and start letting those vegetables get tender. It'll start smelling really good. I don't think you'll have to call the kids for dinner for this one. So as these get tender, what we're going to do is going to take a couple of limes, and we're going to squeeze our limes in here, get all the juice out, and we're just going to drop these lime shells in the stock pot. And limes don't have seeds, so you don't really have to worry about picking out seeds or squeezing them upside down. They just have a lot of great flavor. Got a couple little slices here we're going to add in there. So as our vegetables get tender, we've got 2 cups of Mexican stew tomatoes. You can find these in the grocery aisle with all of the other canned tomato products. We've got 2 14-ounce cans that we're going to put in here. We've got about 4 cans of the 14-ounce chicken broth, so about 56 ounces total. Now you can also, since we're going to be using cooked chicken in this recipe, when you cook your chicken, you could use your stock from that. That's just as easy. Later on, we're going to add in 2 cups of cooked chicken. Of course, if you have more, you can add more. Use what you have in your fridge. A 1/4 cup of cilantro, and then a whole jalapeno that I've seeded and diced up real fine, and about 1/4 teaspoon of salt and 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. This recipe, start to finish, is going to take you about 30 minutes, so I think you're going to love it. Our vegetables are nice and tender, so I'm going to go ahead and pour in my stewed tomatoes and my chicken broth. Now make sure you use a big enough stock pot. Of course, you could always use this in your slow cooker. That's a great option. Okay, I'm going to let this simmer for about 10 minutes, and then when we come back, we're going to add in our chicken, our cilantro, our jalapenos, and salt and pepper. All right, so our veggies are tender. Our limes are nice and melted in there, and we're actually going to take those shells out. Probably should count how many you put in so you know how many to bring out. All right, there's all of our limes. So we're going to add in our chicken. It's about 3 cups of cooked chicken. And this is one of those soups that the longer you let it sit, the better it gets. So if you've got longer than 20 minutes, just let it go. Again, you can put it in your slow cooker. We've got about a 1/4 cup of cilantro, about a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and then 1 whole jalapeno that we've seeded and chopped really good. So we're going to stir in all these ingredients really well, and we're going to let it simmer for about another 10 minutes. Okay, so our soup has been simmering for about 15 to 20 minutes, and we're going to take it out and put it in a bowl. It smells wonderful. There's a lot of smells like cumin, of course that chicken and jalapeno. This serves about 8 to 12 people at 75 cents a serving. So how fabulous is that? Dinner on a budget. I've got a few slices of avocado. Put some grated cheese on top. And a little bit of chips just for crunch. The next time you're wondering what's for dinner tonight, I hope you'll remember Texas AgriLife Extension Service has great recipes that are very economical, healthy, and family friendly.